Alrighty, folks, the man, myth, the legend is back. The one and only Adrian Hernandez. We've not been able to really connect since the first of the year. So let me just say Happy New Year and all of that good stuff. But you know what, Adrian, let's get into it. What's been going on in Orange County? We're already into February. January is over. I will remind you, January is over. Where did it go? But yeah, what's going on 2026 Orange County?
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. It's been a little interesting. Actually, started off really hot. As you guys all saw, we saw some interesting headlines, right? There were some rate drops, and for California, Southern California, Orange County specific, that it made a huge difference. For San Bernardino County, didn't really, you had some people jump off, but not too many. It was really Orange County that saw the big lift off. And here I'm going to get the
that's interesting because again, if people don't know those two markets, Orange County's median price is over 7 figures. San Bernardino County is probably 400, 450 ish, right in there. So to think about the interest rate, because again, in January, right, we saw a little dip to 5.99, certainly low sixes. And to think that it made a difference in Orange County, but not San Bernardino, I guess that makes sense, right? Because when you're taking out a mortgage at 800 versus 400, I guess a little delta in price, that's hundreds of dollars perhaps. So I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think there was just a lot of homeowners just waiting, right? There was a lot that were waiting for just something, right? And so we did see that even in our wholesale business. We saw, I mean, typically January is pretty hot for us in general and end of the year because we stay on marketing, we don't pull out. But even then, like we saw we had the most amount of deals under contract at the end of December going into January than we did all year.
Interesting. I'm reminded of a conversation I had with Beth Traverso, someone she operates in a market similar to Orange County where the median price is $1 million. And she said what shocked her about January is the Richie Rich. So we're talking 2x the median, right? Specifically, I think she said 2.5 million. She was shocked that a lot of that product went pending, right? This product was, it was getting upwards of 90 to 100, 120 days. And she saw a lot of properties, 2.5 million and above, go pending. I'm curious if you saw that part of the market move as well.
We did. And if I can break this down. So from last year, so let's just take a look at from last year till today, right? Okay. If we looked at market time today, and let's bring out the good number. So 1 million to 1.5 today, 66 days on market, and this is counting as January 30th. Last year, 69 days on market.
So a little faster.
Right? A little bit faster. However, overall, that's the only price point that has gone down. Everything else has gone up. So let's just talk about 1.5 million to 2 million. You're looking at 96 days on market compared to 80 days on market last year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
2 million to 2.5, 121 compared to 89. So we are seeing more and more properties sit on the market. But I also want to talk about this. We also saw a lot of flipping activity in the price ranges of 1 million to 2 million, and a lot of flipping activity that doesn't necessarily fit what the market requires. I've seen a lot of where I'm actually looking at inventory going, they need to lower that price a lot. They did not do a good remodel. And we're seeing more and more of those in that price point. So I'm wondering if those have a factor of it. You still have those wishful thinking, right, sellers. I expected to see better numbers than this. I'd be fully transparent. I expected to see 1.5 million be more in like the 60, 50, and it's not.
It's interesting because again, every market is the same, but I'm seeing similarities across the country. First and foremost, what I'm going to call busted flips, you call it a bad job. That stuff is really sitting, right? These flippers who frankly overpaid. And now, again, this is so much like 2007, 2008. Flippers are refusing to drop price because, quote unquote, they'll lose money. And they're just going to lose money anyway. Dude, let me just tell you about a guy that was worth $10 million. This was in 2008. I ran into this guy. Might have been 9. Let's call it 2008. Legit $10 million, right? And he refused to take a $50K loss on one of his flips. And because he refused that 50K loss, it started a cascading event that he could not get away from. He went bankrupt, got divorced, became an alcoholic, and destroyed his life. And
Wow.
man, sometimes you got to take that small haircut so you can live to fight another day.
Yes, you do. Yes, there's a lot of, just like you have the sellers that wishful thinking, you have a lot of flippers wishful profit, and it's just not going to happen. It's not.
I want to talk about those sellers because, again, something we saw last in Q4, and I'm curious if Orange County saw this. We saw record delistings, right? I think it was like 18% of listings were canceled, which is not uncommon for December, holidays, all of that, but it was still more than most. Curious, did you see that in your market, Orange County, San Bernardino? Did you see a lot of delistings?
We did. Yep. We saw a lot of cancels, withdrawals, a lot of for sale by owners pulling back in the month. We really start to see it in the middle of November, and then December is where it really goes dormant. And you can see they all come off, right? Anybody that wasn't serious, that was all about price, they come off. They just don't have the time to deal with it. And then you actually see a lot come on, and those are the people that waited way too long. We're hoping that something was going to change, and it didn't. But I'm looking at real quick, just because I brought up a graph here. We are exactly in Orange County, demand year over year, where we are exactly where we were in 2023.
23. Interesting.
23.
Okay.
We are the same as we were in 23.
And 24 was worse, I'm guessing.
24 was, no, 24 was a little bit better than 23.
Oh, so 23 to start the year was bad. Okay, got it.
Yeah, 23. If we look at January this time.
That makes sense, actually, because 24 was better until April, because that's when we had the tariff tantrum. You're absolutely right. So
Q1 right was here, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
You can see Q1. So January, February spikes, and then March and April level off, and then you see it just crash into December.
That makes total sense, because we had that tariff tantrum. We had that negative wealth effect. We saw people lose 10, 20% in the stock market. Everybody pulled back. What's going on? Tariff. That makes sense. So again, we're starting this year not as hot as last year, but it's going to be interesting. You know, the other thing that's funny, interest rates. So I get this from Lance Lambert at Resi Club. I think the last post was 6.15. Last year we were 7.1. So we're down almost a full percentage point from last year, which helps affordability, helps payments. So it's going to be interesting, because the thing that we did not have last year was the spring selling season. The spring selling season kind of was fizzled out because of the tariff tantrum. So it's going to be interesting to see how this happens.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. We're, I have a lot of agents where they go, oh, the market halted, right? And then I have a lot of other agents where they're like, dude, I haven't seen any more leads than that. I have more leads now than ever. Or I talk to mortgage brokers who have received more applications for refis, and not cash out refis, just rate and term refis.
Rate and term,
regular rate and term, even if it's a percent and a half, they're seeing the most amount of applications. So it's, it is who you talk to, but I think Orange County, where it's going to be good. It's going to be very interesting to see what's happening in the Victorville, Hesperia, desert markets, because we actually just shut down. I want to talk to you about that, because we just shut those markets off as far as marketing. We haven't been seeing anything there. Anything that we do get, none of the flippers want to touch it. So I would be curious to talk to Omar to see what numbers are up there and what's that doing, because that's going to somewhat trickle down into San Bernardino and, those inland markets.
Yeah, it's funny. The high desert is what I'll call that market, is always interesting, because it's the first to feel the pain, which is what you're seeing, hence turning it off. And it's the last to recover.
Right.
So again, there could be a big gap between kind of, a functioning market in the high desert. So yeah, I think it's a smart idea. But again, you just never know. We get rates in the 5s, 5.5. It could turn on in an instant, right? But flip.
Exactly. Yeah, but for flippers out there, don't depend on that. Like we just talked about cutting the price and getting out there. Don't wait, because what if it doesn't, right?
Yeah.
What if it
could be off for a while
for a rate to go down, and it didn't, and you
can hold inventory. Yeah.
Exactly.
You got to buy it right. I've been telling wholesalers and flippers, you got to buy it right. You're operating on old numbers and old models. You got to add 2 months of carrying costs. You got to add 5% credits. You got to do this and this. So you just got to learn to buy better, right? A lot of you are losing money. You don't even know it yet because you're just paying too much at the purchase.
100%.
Which is
I will say though, I do feel confidence in the market. I do feel consumer confidence in the market. I feel good. That from clients. You know, I'm actually actively on the phone too, so I can hear it in them. It's a much different conversation than what we were having last year. I'll tell you that, Zuber.
Nice. That's cool. Well, another thing I thought was interesting, obviously you are running a big business in real estate. I bumped into Ryan Pineda a couple weeks ago, and I heard a stat that I thought was crazy, but really goes to show, I think you're going to have a record year. And he told me that 80% of wholesalers are gone.
Yep.
80%. So what does that mean to me? That means the people that are still operating in this model are going to have higher quality leads, are going to have higher gross and net margins, as long as they keep running a smart business. I'm curious, are you seeing it that bad? Are 80% of the wholesalers gone?
Yeah, nationwide, yeah, for sure. But you got new ones. Like we have the most amount of competition in California. It's really
big price point. Yeah.
Yesterday, I found out that there's a company that has a bot that's literally just attacking all of PPC. Anybody that's their
it's trying to drain your bank account.
Yeah, no, and it's a real thing, right? You do get the new ones that come into the marketplace. But to answer your question, yes, overall, on the grand scheme of things, there were a lot of wholesalers that got out of the business, a lot of agents that got out of the business who thought it was going to be easy, and it wasn't. But for those of you that stuck around, as Zuber and I said this time last year, and we said this all throughout last year, if you can just stay on, keep your foot on the gas. If you could get through last year, this year's going to be great. So those of you that are still watching, those of you that are still in the game, great freaking job.
No, again, 2025 is going to prove to be the bottom, August specifically on the transaction basis. Mortgage business is already exploding, and you're down 60% of mortgage brokers. Again, we're going to do 10% more transactions. Again, we're down 50% real estate agents. And yeah, we're already down 80% wholesalers. So again, if you're still in the game, it's time to eat like you're at a Vegas buffet. I was going to say Omar. Adrian, tell me your closing thoughts.
You got to be careful though, right?
Yes.
Like,
for sure.
You guys, we've all done this, right? Where it comes in and you start buying dumb shit. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you have a good year this year, set yourself up right, guys. Set yourself up right.
Save. Yes. Don't be a fool.
If you're gonna spend money, invest it in yourself. Invest the money in yourself. Don't be going buying dumb shit. Like I'm this year I'm like, you guys, yes, you're going to make a lot of money, but be careful with that. Like, don't take it for granted. Don't take it for granted. This market is too cynical.
Yeah. Listen to Unk. Let Unk tell you the way. Adrian, where can people find you?
Instagram, guys, at Adrian Hernandez. Zuber, appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't already, you're watching this in real time and it is not February 14th already, I don't know what you're doing. You need to grab yourself a ticket. Get down to the event that Zuber is having in Vegas, guys. Got my ORAT right there.
Yeah, you do.
Look at that. Get it. Let's go, and we'll see you all there.
Thank you, buddy. Take care. That's nice.